The final game on our list, Sunday Night Football between the Green Bay Packers and the Buffalo Bills. The Bills win it 27-17. The Packers have now lost 4 straight games this season. They had not lost more than 4 games since 2018 alone. They have not lost 4 games in the season since 2018. They're on a 4-game losing streak. It has been talked about a lot on this show about the Packers' struggles. I said it with the Rams when we were talking about them. Is it pack it up? Is it for the Packers? Because let me rephrase it and give more
Ask me
context
that
to it.
question after. Ask me that question in about 10 hours.
Let me give you more. Oh, for the trade deadline.
Ask me that question in 10 hours.
Okay, so that's where we'll go then. That's where we'll go with this conversation. Packers on Thursday's show, we talked about the trade deadline, and we said that I don't know if a wide receiver is like that they have to go out and get a wide receiver, because it's not necessarily what the wide receiver position's doing for this team. It's just the team as a whole has not looked good. The soft defense, the lack of usage of Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. In this game, 20 carries for Aaron Jones, 143 yards. Very productive day from him. Still only able to put up 17 points on a very good Bills defense. This is a good team that the Buffalo Bills are, but another tough day for the Packers offense, but we saw the running game work. Are we now going to say, okay, this team needs to go get into a wide receiver?
I will tell you this: if the Packers were playing another team, they win. They win a game. They win the game. The way they played, they win the game. Like I think people look at the game and the Bills and they jumped up to that lead, and like we got to remember it's the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen didn't play that great. 13-25. The Green Bay Packers defense actually played pretty well. The problem is their offense couldn't move the ball when they needed to. And we had some, a tipped interception that gave Buffalo points. That was obviously unfortunate. They held Buffalo to just 3 points in the second half. They're the number 1 pass defense in the NFL. Like the Packers are still 80. They still have the talent to do it. I just thought this was a matchup of a better football team than the Green Bay Packers. If Green Bay played like this against another football team, I think they win the game. I think I liked what I saw from their running game. I thought it was a perfect complement of what they should do. 20 for Aaron Jones, 10 for A.J. Dillon. Stop trying to force A.J. Dillon to be a thing. Aaron Jones is more dynamic. Aaron Jones is a better running back. Aaron Jones is a better player. He's the best player on the field for the Packers, and he needs to get the ball as such. I think if they go get it, I do think the wide receiver position had a lot to do with this game. They couldn't trust anything. And there was somebody, I don't know if it was Collinsworth or who does the analysis, Collinsworth and Tirico or whoever.
Yeah.
He had talked about the 2-minute offense and how it looked slow. And I was like, yep, none of those receivers knew what to do. They were in hurry up offense, and Aaron Rodgers is taking 20 seconds to get them lined up and the next play going because they're not on the same page. These are all young guys that have never played. You lose Christian Watson. Alan Lazard is out. Sammy Watkins is just coming back. Randall Cobb is out. They don't have anybody. So it's not just, do I think the wide receiver position is going to put them over the top? No. But you just need bodies now. Like you need something. So why not go out and try to make a play for a veteran? I told you, I think the best fit there for me in my mind, wide receivers that might be available is Brandon Cooks. I think if Brandon Cooks is the guy, I think you can plug Brandon Cooks into Green Bay right now, and you have an elite wide receiver that you can go to and trust. Because if there is one thing that Brandon Cooks is, he is probably one of the most consistent in how he approaches and plays the game. He is where he's supposed to be, when he's supposed to be there, and that's the type of receiver Aaron Rodgers likes. You get Alan Lazard back, and now you have Alan Lazard and Brandon Cooks, and then you throw in the youth of a Romeo Doubs who can make big plays like he did last night. Yep. I think that changes the dynamic of what that offense is capable of doing. I saw last night they didn't trust anything because they were down big, and Aaron Rodgers refused to throw the football. He just said, oh, whatever. Give it back to Aaron Jones. Give it back to Aaron Jones. Didn't matter what the score was.
In my Twitter searching for just information here, I actually stumbled upon the quote you were referring to from Chris Collinsworth. The quote, word for word, just too slow. This group has not been playing together in 2-minute offenses. That's what it is. And call me crazy here, I'd trade a 1st-round pick from the Packers for Brandon Cooks. I'd trade my next year's first for Brandon Cooks. You are running out of time with Aaron Rodgers. You are running out of time with Aaron Rodgers. You go out, you be aggressive.
There's no way Brandon Cooks gets a first round pick.
I don't think I know. I guess I don't hear what I'm not saying.
It's not happening.
Don't hear what I'm not saying. I don't like any other team. I wouldn't trade a first round pick for Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, but you can't say that if that's not what warrants the player.
But for the Green Bay Packers, I'm saying, hey, Houston, what do you want for Brandon Cooks? I don't care what it is. I will send you whatever you want for Brandon Cooks to join this team. Like
you're not paying a first round. If Houston says first round pick, you're going to have to say, excuse me, I'm going to call somebody else. Like you can't pay a first round pick for a wide receiver that's about to be 30. I'm sorry. Oh, I don't know where the sound is coming from. Hold on.
Oh, one of those moments. Those are the worst moments on the show.
Oh my God, where is it?
It's an ESPN. Do you have ESPN open somewhere?
No.
You do. It's got to be somewhere.
ESPN. I closed all my ESPN.
ESPN's the worst.
Hold on.
ESPN's the worst site to do anything with because like their videos pop up.
It wasn't ESPN. It was Pro Football Reference. I don't even know why that came up.
Oof.
It was singing the hip hop, the hippity hip hop, the don't stop rock. My ear was so loud. Oh my goodness, that threw me off. Yeah, I just don't think you can trade a first round pick for Brandon Cooks. I think you get somebody, but I do think you call Houston tonight and you're like, hey, you just signed him. We'll pay that. We'll pay that tag. We'll get that money. We'll take care of that. We'll give you a third rounder and call it a day. And I think that second, maybe a second. I don't even know a second round pick is probably going to be too much. I think a third round pick is what he's going to warrant. And maybe a third and a late pick, third and a sixth, third and a fifth, something like that. And you say, let's get it done. And then Brandon Cooks has a chance to go to another winning organization. And I promise you, he will come in day one and be the best receiver Aaron Rodgers has to throw to. And he will show it. Like he's a very trustworthy wide receiver and knows how to get open in this league.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree 100%. One last little note on the Buffalo Bills side, because they were the winners in this game, continuing to look good, 27-17 in this win. I want to just point out and see what your thoughts are and what you saw from this team after the game. A lot of the players were, they were stoked they won. But a lot of the players were saying that there were a lot of mistakes that they did and they want to get better. And that's like almost like coaches, players speak. Of course they want to get better. No one's going to be like, oh, we just won the game. We're the best team in the world. They're talking about what they need to fix. What did you see from the Bills that maybe needs to be tightened up a little bit?
Yeah, I have some concern actually. Not pump the brakes on concern, I guess. I shouldn't say concern. There are some things that I do worry about. I always find it interesting when a team can't ice the game. Like when you have a big lead and you can't just ice the game away. They just let Green Bay hang around. And Green Bay wasn't doing anything.
Oh, you froze. That's unfortunate.
What did you say? I don't know what's going on. I think it was unfortunate that they weren't able to ice the game. And I see it a lot in Buffalo. I think they rely too much on Josh Allen to throw their way to victory. And when they get a big lead like that, they just can't put teams away. Good teams find a way to put teams away. And Buffalo has been good at that so far for the most part. I thought yesterday they showed a little bit of a chink in the armor, I guess you could say. The Bills got that game to Packers got that game to a 10-point game. And if you had maybe in a more explosive team, that game could have been tightened back up and Buffalo would have had to make a play. So they relied on Josh Allen late. He threw a pick. And they knew, the Packers knew, they didn't believe that the Bills were going to run the football, and they didn't. And so I think that's just some things that they need to clean up. But obviously they're okay. They're fine. I'm almost leaning towards saying this again, though. I still think the Chiefs are a better football team than the Bills. And just overall, when I watch them play, like the Bills are electric and it's fun to watch, and Josh Allen's so dynamic. But when I look at just sound football, I think I slightly still have the Chiefs above them, especially in the playoffs with the experience. But the Bills have been winning, and the Bills beat the Chiefs. So, it's hard for me to really justify that on here. They get Tre'Davious White back soon, so maybe that helps. They've been without, obviously, Micah Hyde's out for the year. Jordan Poyer went out. Maybe that had something to do with it. But I just seen a little bit of chink in the armor, and I'm only judging it based on the playoffs. They're going to win every regular season game.
Yeah.
They're just, they're the Bills. But
yeah, that's just what they do.
come playoff time, that experience and not being able to close out games, I think that matters. And it was their Achilles heel last year in the playoffs.
Yep.
And I don't want to see that from them. I want them to be able to close out games and do it convincingly.
Yeah, and again, that's what we do on the show. Like, this team is still a regular season stud. Like, they're gonna still dominate. They're one of the best teams in the NFL. But like pointed out the flaws, make sure we're keeping these teams honest. They do get the win though over the Green Bay Packers on primetime football, moved to 6-1 on the year. Packers now 3-5, continuing to fall back in the AFC North. Yeah, that's how it is. Hey, look a new comment here. Don't know the name, but hey, there it is.
Peter North? I don't buy it. I know who Peter North is. I don't buy it. Prove it, Peter North.
Who's that?
I know Peter North is an adult film star.
Oh,
He's
yeah?
an old porn star. Yeah, that's why he said an adult film star, retired. I know who Peter North is. He's a very well-known adult film star.
Oh, okay.
If you're saying, hey, look, man, if it's Bills Eagles, I don't doubt that. That's a great choice there. But I'm gonna have to fact check Peter North on if it's really Peter North or just somebody that's acting like they're Peter North. But thank you for the comment. Shout out to Peter North.
I don't know how you I don't know how we accurately prove that. I guess tomorrow.
Send a picture to Vinny in his DMs.
Whoa, I do not know. I don't know what I don't know. Wow, what a guy! What a great way to end this show. What a great way to end this show. Like,
that's awesome. I mean, the fact that I know, see, again, you youngsters, you wouldn't know about that. The fact that I know who Peter North is, I guess. Wait, are you playing music? You're an idiot. You're an asshole.
I just wish StreamYard didn't mess up our volume, like our personal volume when we play music that's not StreamYard's.
Bro, oh my God. That's what it was in my ear, but it was super loud. It was way more loud than it is.
See, I am Wonder Mike, and I like to say hello.
That does it for another episode of the Sac City Podcast. We'll be back again live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, bringing you the fantasy content you need to win your leagues and your championships and your week. We've got waivers, we've got rankings, we've got so much
Make
more.
sure you come ask your questions. Helping you win your leagues. Unlike Bailey, I won this week, and we're winners.
Well, I lost, but AJ won, so that counts. One of us.
We'll all be here. I'll give you some advice.
There you go. That's what we pay you. That's why you get paid the big bucks. We'll see you live 10 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Back again for fantasy football content. If you like the show, be sure to subscribe. Follow us on all of our social media platforms at the Sac City Pod on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and the Tickety Talk. The Tickety Talk. The Tickety Talk. Your man.
Go to TikTok and hit that subscribe button because we're trying to get to 1,000. And I know we're only at 100, but we're trying to get to 1,000 so we can go live on TikTok and answer all those fantasy football questions when we do it live. So be sure to go to TikTok. We don't post a lot, but we do have some clips on there. It's some creative content. Go subscribe just because you love us. And thank you.
For my best friend Aaron Mukes, for myself, and for the hippity hop. We're the Sac City Podcast. We will see you tomorrow. What?
Hey, just like there's no white running backs, there shouldn't be no white Vinny should not be up here trying to sing hip hop. Peace out.